Good morning. It's another beautiful day in Wisconsin. We're up early because we're headed to our most northern store, one of our most northern stores, Cameron, to go check out a chopper that's up there. Service manager called, wanted our help with doing an inspection with another tech, so we're going to run up there and get her done.
The start of any good inspection is taking the machine out and verifying that everything works as it should.
Okay, I suppose I should just run everything for,
Yep.
Should just be able to engage her.
Sounds healthy.
Yep. It's okay.
Shut it off and then stand up. We'll hear if the brake goes off.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
Brake works good. So the other thing we want to check is that E-stop on the top.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, that's one.
Now when you push that button, it instantly
shut off. Okay, so
yep. So it is working.
Okay. Probably good, eh?
I think so. Okay. Roll her back in and start checking shit out. Okay, I'll go grab the door. After we verified everything worked on the machine, now we take it inside, document anything that didn't work quite right when we were outside. We start digging into the guts of the machine. Tip your spout up a little bit so we can open that back door up all the way. That'll work. Yeah, should be good there. Just kind of rip everything open and see what we see, right? A couple things I do want to point out. I am product specialist for these units. I spend a lot of time with these units, demoing them, getting them started in the field, teaching guys how to run them. I am not a mechanic. I know a lot about these machines. I can get into knowing what some of the problems are, but the guys that I'm working with are some of the best in the company, that they know their stuff. So all I'm doing is making sure that we're checking the vitals of how this chopper runs. The guy I'm working with, he's just really good tech on tractors, combines, anything else with wheels. Just needs a little bit more support on the chopper side. That's why I'm here. I'm very confident he could have done this by himself, but more hands makes less work. Service bay. So I guess it's up to you if we want to just work our way down the list, or if we want to do some visuals first, or kind of what we need to, how you want to tackle it.
I know, like on the older ones, I just start in the front, open up feed rolls. I guess the combine's just the same way, start in the front and then just walk around.
I know which, and you already got stuff here to start noting, right?
Yeah, on that end.
Those are damaged, so to speak. These are wore out down here.
These plates here, or
these are replaceable. The bottom is not.
Yes.
But you can see the bottom is in good shape. It's everything else has been pushed back from hitting it.
We can replace just these straps.
Yep, which I'm guessing it's going to be a majority of them, if not all of them. We open it up, we should be able to see some more too.
Okay.
I go up to the shop. Yeah, that other guy boy, this is such a great job. I'm probably not even going to get paid today. And Eric was working on a Bobcat.
Oh, Eric is working on a Bobcat. Yeah. What are they doing here?
Must be some built up
See, that's
inside.
what you got to do. You got to get the main doors and get them out of that damn
Yeah.
chopper.
Oh, so we.
These knives are pretty sharp though. Look at that. Oh my. And then like these ones are just taking the most abuse this row for some reason. Which I wonder.
Yeah.
They all kind of are. That one's probably the best one out of all of them so far.
Well, that's.
No, that'll be. Here's the inspection. What do you want to do? Do you want us to try and sharpen it, Mr. Customer, or do you want us to put new knives on? I would.
Well, and I can note that, and then we'll have that discussion with him. Say, hey, this is what the situation.
With it open up, I'd take pictures of some of the more severe ones and say this is what's going on inside. Because my guess is with the head on, he probably hasn't opened it since you had it open for corn, which is, I mean, nothing wrong on his part. These plugged are pretty good. See how the feed door is like bowed? That only happens when it really gets plugged.
Packed full of.
Oh, that one's already open.
It's almost like this one. Did it move?
It's that whole row though. Like if you flip them, it's constantly right here.
Yeah, because you can see right here, and then it's got this V shape to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it had started out good. Well, maybe you'd hope that it would started out good, and then it. Yeah.
But of course, he wants, yeah, they're supposed to be here. I thought maybe by 10. I think his boys bring it down. But of course, I don't know. They've never had it before, but now that they have it, he wants it right away.
Yeah.
Hey Shannon, you want to see something interesting?
Yeah.
I seen that.
It matches exactly where these are all boogered up. So I don't know if something got through like a stone.
Oh, yep.
So I'm guessing he just ingested something here, something small enough that it broke apart, but it was enough where this thing spinning at 1,000 RPM just ate it
down and
just ate itself.
I think that.
Which would be the same kind of right there too.
Yep. What you got right here?
Yep. So I would say that probably should be addressed. Well, yeah. Could be, should be, maybe not as important as the knives, but you can see what directly correlated. Yeah, I'm just going to measure that stone real quick and see. About an inch left on the stone.
That's what I wrote.
You must be better with inches than I am, because I would have totally screwed that up.
So these on this lower front feed roll here.
Mm-hmm.
So the purpose of this is I suppose twofold, more of a structure thing, and as a more of a wear thing to keep the front edge from wearing out as fast, or
so that's why this is designed the way that it is, because this is the protector and the bottom side is your structure.
Yeah.
Just to help keep pulling stuff in.
Okay.
We put everything back together and close it, we can reverse it and see what all needs to be replaced, but I'm assuming, I mean, if you're going to do one, you're probably going to do all at that point. Oh, you can get in there and turn it?
yeah.
Okay, well, you have a marker, so I can just mark where the...
I have a yellow. Yeah, there's a paint pen right by that.
Perfect, I'll just put a dot on the first one. So, one, okay, go ahead. 1, 2, ooh, you better stop here.
Oh, look at that. Obviously something went in, but that's not the side that's as bad.
Right.
It's just, you know.
So we
And
got,
for that to bend down that way.
it's like something drove into it.
Yeah, because, you know, that would be reversing for it to bend back.
Yeah, that's pretty stinking rowdy, whatever happened there.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2 on the bottom. Oh, it gets better.
You know, you bolt a new one of these on there and it's going to have that swale in it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep turning her then.
Might as well.
Nothing there.
What does the knife look like?
Well, that's what started all this.
Another one on the top. Okay, you're good. That's that same one. It'd be one thing if it was one damage, but there's so many of them, I don't know that you would, like if you're going to say it, and you're going to be in here doing all this anyways, taking the time, you might as well do them all, in my opinion.
Well, and it's no different, say, cutter or sickles on, you know, you're like, okay, these are bad, now you start putting the new shit in, and it's like, well, my thought goods are not.
You're constantly chasing it because the next one goes, and the next one goes, and the next one goes.
Awesome.
I feel good on the front side.
We could probably button them up, eh?
I think so.
Just get him out of here.
You got your deal there. Here, see if I can get the bottom hook to fetch it. Once we got done inspecting the feed rolls and the cutter head knife drum assembly, we decided to check the liners behind it and the transition chutes that go from the back of the cutter head drum up to the blower. What we found was a little bit surprising.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can get this pig back in. There we go. You can let it drop back a little bit. Okay, should be good.
Okay. That ain't so bad.
Watch your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, why'd you stop moving? There's no way you're up. Right here.
There you go.
It's on my side. I'm gonna go get a pry bar to dig at.
Oh, no.
Can you see it up? Or you see something else?
Yeah, that back corner of that shield, or that pan is broke.
Oh! Okay.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Anything down there?
That's what I'm wondering. I think let's just drop it down and see what we see, because we're this far.
We may have to just take it out.
It's sheared right off, like something hit it hard.
Whatever went through the front. And this is the side.
Once we found that the transition mount was broken, we put it back as good as we could, marked it on the inspection sheet for the customer to look at and make a decision on, and moved on to the next area. So it looked all the way good up to the paddles, so we should just be able to drop that little door to inspect paddles. When you looked up, I didn't see any issues on the liner going all the way up.
I could see it from there. So.
When the feed comes up through here, in here is a big blower with paddles in it that go like this, and that shoots it up the rest of the way through the machine. I don't know how much you can see here. There's your paddles. They all look good. Okay.
Put that shield back on.
Can't hear those.
Yeah, the cooling package didn't look like there was anything in there. That was...
I didn't see any when I shined in there too.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do you want to start with next? Do you want to finish the spout, or do you want to look in the engine bay?
What's that?
Do you want to finish the spout and get that all done, or do you want to start in the engine bay then?
Start in the engine bay.
Okay.
The way that it's coming down, it must be out of that. How's that possible? Oh, here.
Oh, yeah. Check that
Oh,
out.
the shield.
That's your main feed pipe, too.
It is. Yeah, both. Here, up here. And
It's funny, that's just clamped on.
yeah. Well, I suppose it's just a suction. That's all that is, so.
Interesting. We should inspect the manifold on the backside here as well as we can. We might want to wait for it to cool because these bolts sometimes break on older units.
Okay.
Or like they come, like the bolts stay in but they crack off the manifold.
Oh, sure.
Like on the backside. So when
They've got spacers on them too.
I guess it's pretty cool now. Because we typically, if you see high temps, it's got a manifold crack of some sort.
High temps as far as.
Like just you can't keep the engine cool.
Oh, okay.
Coolant temps get really high.
Okay.
And it's hard to see because it's on the back side.
Yep.
Hello. See that light? That one looks okay. I don't know if you can see that last one. Let's see, where am I? Can you kind of see that bung through the? I can't see that feed. Look good?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. Okay.
So
the bung will actually crack away from the manifold. So wouldn't you have a distinct exhaust leak there though?
you would think, but
Blackening around it, or?
you would think, but when Isaac had one fail in Chippewa, the symptom was it got hot, and like he didn't. When he pulled the shields off, it was like, well, ding ding, there it is.
Sure.
But he didn't see anything visual up until he started removing panels off and suspecting it was the manifold.
Sure. Sure. Huh.
They've updated them since, but this is the right era
Okay.
to be having that problem because with this one being 3 years old almost.
Yep. Yeah, because it was.
I don't see anything major back here. Belts look tight.
That looks good. Have
Oh,
they
sure.
had company-wide much issues with the motors themselves?
We had one leaking a rear main seal, or a front main seal, I guess, where they had to pull the whole engine out of the chopper to fix the seal.
So,
But that was up
the
in...
main engine gear cases. Holy, how'd you know? Oh, there's must be a plate you can pull off with.
Yeah.
Holy.
Oh yeah, it was like they had to strip everything out of here, come in with a telehandler, pick it up, crane it out, get it on the ground so that they can replace that front.
I mean, and that's the main engine gear case is your rear motor mount. I mean,
Correct.
that's nice because that'll stay there, but.
But I bought it one time, and it was under warranty, so that was just a rarity issue. Engine wise, the fuel systems have been the most problem.
Okay, yeah.
Like just with that lift pump fixing it.
I knew there was a 24 in this.
Yeah, that's this one here.
System, however the system worked. Yeah,
See how it's orange?
So that goes to this. This is okay. That's a,
Yep, because your 24 volt is going to power everything on the engine. 12 volt is for all your accessories and everything in cab.
Oh, that. Why? I wonder why they do that.
I got to imagine something with the engine, because technically LeBaire, these engines can be found in marine and construction.
Sure.
And even like you look at that payloader out there on the construction side, that's a 24 volt as well for the wheel motors.
Yep.
So it's got to be something along that. I don't understand it necessarily.
Yep.
Because the Cummins were the same way in the 8000s. They were 24 volt.
Oh, sure.
And I think the 18 liters are 24 volt too.
Sure.
So it must just be the demand for the ECU power and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's great.
It is incredible. Alright, what I'm looking at here, I think I'm gonna whip my phone out here a little bit. And here's our def header. Def header is what's going to take def out of the tank, which is right there. And that is what we're going to use to pump it to the system. These lines can sometimes leak, so we're just checking for that.
We only found 2 slight leaks in the engine bay. We documented those, and now it's time to head up to the top of the machine. We're going to inspect the liners and the rest of the spout and make sure that we don't see anything major up there.
Yeah, you're good. I'm probably going to just start popping these covers off and checking under there. It's warm up here. Shoo! I'm going to have to lose this sweatshirt. Oh, Martha. That's better. Alright. This is our harvest lab. The harvest lab is here to check and see what our moisture is. And as it's measuring moisture, it also measures the feed intake coming in through the feed rolls. Feed rolls have sensors on them to check for tonnage. You take your tonnage and your moisture to get accurate amount of crop that's flowing through the machine. These also have the capabilities of measuring other things such as ADF, NDF, ash content, just a bunch of other features that you want to be able to see if you're chopping corn or hay to know what the quality of the product is. We're just checking to make sure the flange looks good. It's a little dirty, but I don't see any issues there. And then what I'm really concerned with is I'm concerned all along right here and through. On the bottom side here, you've got these different ports or openings, whatever you want to call them, because that's going to let us zoom in and kind of look at the liner. The liner runs on the top, so that's what takes all the abuse. This crop is flowing through it. If you don't have that liner in there, you're just wearing against this bare steel, and that's not going to last long. We use a product called, come on, think of the name, Dylan. Duraline. Duraline is what we use in these things. That Duraline is a hardened, it's better than hardened steel. It's a hardened product of some sort that's heat treated. You put it on here and it's very, very abusive, or it takes the abuse very well. Ooh. Now these holes serve as a couple of things. One, inspection, but two, if you get too rowdy and plug these things up and you get these things all filled with hay or silage, you gotta have a way to dig them out. This is an older design spout. It's got 1, 2, 3 clean out ports. On a 12 row you're gonna have more, and then on new spouts you have a lot more of these clean outs. Okay, you can see there's just, that's what happens when it builds up in here. Just gets schmoo everywhere. One good round of chopping will clean all this junk out of here. And hopefully you understand that hair. Apparently there was hair and stuff on there. This is the liner I'm checking. I'm checking the top and I'm checking those sides. Right now, I don't really see anything to be concerned with. If I saw a ton of liner wore down, or if I'm on the outside of the machine and there's paint coming off and it's turning like a primer color or black, then that's a good indication that we're starting to lose some liner, with the worst probably being towards the front here. That liner looks really good. And it should. Yeah, I don't see anything to be concerned with there. That's good. Add that one more port to check. I should probably take that off and check it next. Huh. I mean, it makes sense. I just told you guys to do that. It makes sense.
I don't know there, Slim Shady.
I say there's a little bit of wear, but nothing aggressive, like crazy.
Yeah.
That's about the worst I've seen. I wouldn't even get scared of that.
No.
This looks great.
Yeah, I mean it's...
Other than the front end equipment, everything on this machine looks fantastic.
So far, I think it's, yeah.
And it's just on to kind of preliminary stuff after that, right? Like gearboxes and
I'm just gonna check all the fluids,
and lights and that sort of thing.
the lights and...
Go through the checklist and just make sure nothing catches your eye that we didn't check.
The D-Tech case. That pin worked? It is. Look at that.
What's that?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that pin.
Oh no! We've just been hanging out under this thing the whole time.
Well, it's
Oh,
spun out. It's not in this part right here. It's just through the cylinder.
that is as. But look at how far out it is.
I know.
That's sketchy.
They could put so much load on that one casting there and bust that off.
As we were just talking about how that absorbs all the weight. Like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
We were literally looking at the thing.
I know.
You'll hold it up, right? I can wiggle it if I get way over here. Ready?
Yep.
I'm just flexing the whole gearbox. Might have to get a crane kind of lift up on it.
Oh yeah.
You know?
He's got that crane up right now.
Yeah. It's not like, I mean, it's lasted this long. Put it back in the cradle and would have been.
That made a mess.
Yeah.
Flying it over fast all the way over like that. And you know she'd put it right down on the side of the truck, and then you know how that'll all go.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I
well.
think we're done up here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because spout is good. That's pretty much the last of the chopper piece, other than of the actual chopping procedure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
If you feel good, I'm
I'm
gonna.
comfortable from here on out with this. So.
Okay, I'm gonna pack my stuff up, swing up front, make sure there's nothing going on up there, and then I'm gonna boogie south. I am gonna. What's your?
The technician felt good at finishing the rest of the inspection on his own. From here on out, it's just checking basic things like, what are the fluid levels at in the machine? Do all the electrical functions work? Do all the lights turn on and off? Things like that. He doesn't need my help on it, so I'm going to check out and let him do the rest of the inspection on his own. Let me know in the comments below if you liked what you saw, or if we need to go into a little bit more depth and have more explanation. I thank you folks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
You better not eat that thing whole. I'm gonna judge you.
You gotta wash it.
I was saying you didn't say no. You just started laughing.
He can peel it without his hands.
Get that
for the shape, not the taste.